Hi again, Tom here from Wheeler Automotive. Today showing you around this absolute beast. It's a 2001 Land Rover Defender 90. It's a County Hardtop spec. Finished in this lovely Caledonian blue. Yeah, look at it, what an absolute beauty. It's got these huge 33 by 12.5 inch tyres. Actually came with those tyres already on it, but we have bought brand new steel wheels. These white wheels we've bought and put on. We've also put on that roof rack just to finish it off. It's got the safari snorkel. Only 93,000 miles, backed up with the Mot history. Sadly, we don't have any service history with it, apart from the pretty comprehensive service we've just done to it. Obviously, that invoice will be included. Yeah, sadly, the service history was lost. But we've gone through the whole car, and basically, on the service parts, we spent over £1,000 on it. It's had all the oils and filters changed. The front prop had some play in it, so we've got a brand new front prop on it. We've also done the clutch master and slave cylinders, because one of them was just starting to leak a little bit. If you know your Defenders, you know you change both and not just one. We've also done LED lights all the way around. The black grills on the front. It's got a new front bumper. It's got a new steering guard, which just finishes these things off. And yeah, I absolutely love it. I think it's come up really well. It starts, stops and drives really, really well. We have had the TD5 engine remapped, so it pulls like an absolute train. Yeah, this is a lovely car. Let's go around it in some detail then. So the front end, because most of it's new, looks really sharp. It does have this checker plate up on the front, which does add quite a lot of strength to the bonnet. If you ever wanted to step up on the wings or on the bonnet, that would be okay now. So all this stuff's brand new. There's a couple of little corrosion marks, bit of fluff there, which is the aluminium reacting. It's not actually rust. There's a few of those around the car, which I'll show you. Yeah, brand new front bumper, looks really smart. Offside front wing, I'd say is in lovely overall shape. There's a bit of, again, it's like aluminium oxidization under the paint here and around there, just where it's got in under where the screws go in to hold this wheel arch spat on. But yeah, very presentable still. Love the colour. So yeah, we've got these massive Kumho tyres. My finger will sit below the tread, so yeah, ridiculous amount of life left in them. I don't know how old they are, but I don't think they can be that old. Wheels, brand new, 15-inch steel wheels. I've got white ones to match the roof, and I think they do. I think it looks really smart. And they're the white and white with the blue in the middle. Lovely safari snorkel, so you can go wading in some deep water should you wish. These blocks, these aluminium blocks, have got some corrosion on them. They're fairly easy to replace should you want to. But yeah, the rest of that's really nice. The chassis and the bulkhead are both solid. I've had it on the ramp and checked those out. Driver's door, pretty good overall condition. Again, we've got a bit of this oxidization in this corner, and there's a bit down at the bottom here as well. Otherwise, she's in nice nick. Where the mirrors are nice, I should say. We've got the white roof and that lovely roof rack. Onto the rear, and yeah, all in really nice shape. Again, we've got really lovely Kumho mud tyre, which my finger gets lost in there. again, new alloy, steel wheel I should say. And then on this side there's just a little bit of, see there's some oxidation there that someone's touched in before. I think someone had made a start at rubbing some stuff down to maybe have a go at spraying it themselves, but looks like they never actually got around to it. You can see that's been rubbed down, ready to be painted, and then they've just touched it in. These cappings in between the tub and the top are actually steel, which is why there's a bit of rust on this underside here. It's really common for those cappings to get a bit of corrosion on them. And then you can see a bit more of the oxidization down this leading edge. Again, it's been sort of half prepped, ready for some paint before. But yeah, still very presentable, and yeah, nice and solid, which is what matters with these, because it's underneath where you can't really see that you can have the problems. Round to the back, you can see we've got the wide pack LED lights all the way around. The rear cross member is solid. It's been painted prior to us getting it in, but yeah, it's got some service marks on it that you can see, but it's still all solid. You could poke that with a screwdriver and it won't go anywhere. Again, we've got new steel wheel. The spare's never been on the road. You can see it's still got the factory markings on it. All the glass is nice and clear at the back. The rear wiper works, as does the washer. Round to the near side, and pretty much the same spots as the offside. Got a few little bits that, you know, could do with touching up. We've focused on making sure this thing's mechanically perfect, rather than doing a full all-out project on it to do all the bodywork as well. We've got a couple of Defender projects on the go at the minute and just don't have the bandwidth to do another one. There's one of them right there. But yeah, this will make a nice base truck for someone to go to town on. You can see under there, all nice and solid, no rust. I actually think it's been undersealed at one point in its life, because all the chassis arms are black and coated, which is good because it'll mean it will last a lot longer than one that hasn't. Similar story. These are nice and straight, no dent, not really any dents on it at all. A couple of little bits of oxidization again, but you know, nothing to write home about. Passenger doors actually probably in better shape than the drivers. Again, the glass is nice and clean, as is the windscreen. There's no stone chips in it or anything. And then finally round to the near side front wing, which again is all nice and straight. Really common for these to be bashed in on these corners, but this one's pretty good. There's one tiny little ding there, look. But yeah, it's got a really clean MOT history, this actually. If you look at the MOT history, I think it's only ever failed one MOT, and all the other MOTs it's passed, it's never had an advisory. So I don't think it's ever had an advisory on an MOT. But I'll show you in the back. So it's got the factory fitted rubber mats, which have come up quite well. They're a bit grubby, but what do we expect? It does have this rather useful partition, which can rattle around a bit, so you can take it out if you wanted to. It just bolts in. You can see it's bolted on the roof lining up there. But yeah, the sides and everything in here, usual sort of signs of surface corrosion in the corners, but yeah, it's nothing untoward. Very normal for something like this. Still got many years of service left in her. Right, let's show you inside. It's actually come up very well. This door card's come up really well. It's got this kind of rubber matting, which is cut to fit, and yeah, all cleaned up really well. The seats are really nice and clean. It's got the cuddy box with a couple of cup holders in there. 5-speed manual. clutch is perfect. It's right in the middle of the travel, so the clutch has got a lot of life in it. Driver's door card's pretty good as well. A couple of little marks on it, but yeah, nothing serious whatsoever. Right, let's get in and we can show you inside. So one of the other things we did change was this steering wheel. The obviously I've still got the original with it if someone did want that, but yeah, we much prefer these smaller wheels because they're just nicer to drive. You've got a lot more space. Front electric windows, which is nice to have. CD player, radio, rear heated screen, wiper, fog light, all that kind of stuff. Everything in here works as it should. Does have central locking, which works exactly as it should. You can see there it's done 93,038 miles. Let's start her up. Fires right up as you would expect, and pulls like a train, like I said. It absolutely would be a really good tow vehicle actually. Got the tow pack on it obviously, but yeah, fires right up. You can see it was cold when I started it then. Doesn't have any issues mechanically whatsoever. It's a real beauty. Bit of a chirp from the aux belt there, but we have had that replaced, so we think that's one of the tensioners. But yeah, there it is, our 2001 Land Rover Defender 90.